Speaking of people getting fired.
Wait, who you got?
Leaving,
who you got? You didn't tell me who do you think is your
because
number one guy?
Because there's too many coaches. The hot seat is so hot that every team is looking for a coach or looking for a quarterback. Or looking for
3 were fired during the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then
you already have 3 out. Right?
Belichick and Tomlin, who you think are not leaving. I think that one of those two, I think Mike Tomlin is going to be a conversation. We have to do this again.
There is 0% chance that Mike Tomlin, I'll take I'll short that. There's a 0% chance that Mike Tomlin is being fired. Bill Belichick might retire. I'll give you that.
And Tomlin as well. But let's move on.
Mike Tomlin is not retiring.
Let's move on to the portal because Alabama, if you're a big Alabama fan or not an Alabama fan, or whatever the case may be, one of the best coaches in the history of sports and history of college football, Nick Saban, just realized the first day that players could transfer in the portal, and I believe I have the photo for you right here, Brent, a list of players, including the starting center, has left Alabama immediately, right? What is it, 9 players or something like that? They all left in the transfer portal the first day it was available. They all jumped in and left Alabama. That is so confusing. Where do they think they're going?
It's not confusing. This has been the issue, Brandon, right? It's
but
actually
look how many players in one day. What if they have 50 players? What
Dude.
if Alabama has 20 players or all the starters? You just don't have it's just very awkward. I like that they have opportunity. If you're a third string, you have a better chance to go somewhere else. It's not like you can leave Alabama, or maybe if you leave Alabama, you can go to a big school because there's so many great talents at Alabama that if you go to another Division I, you could start. But for the most part, if you're a third string on a college football team, you're probably not going to go to a big school, a Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, whatever, top 25 school, and start there either. So why would all these players, I'm sure they've talked about it, I'm sure there's more, can all just up and leave? It makes Alabama look nuts, crazy. Then they start blaming Nick Saban. Oh, Nick Saban, he's just too tough. He's not a good guy. I mean, that's what starts to happen. What other teams, Brent,
First of all, you're right,
players
Brandon.
in one day?
You're right, Brandon. If you are one of these guys at Alabama, if you're QB Eli Holstein, I'm telling you, there's like 99.9% of the schools in the country would love Eli Holstein to start for them. I'm just telling you, if you're the 4th string guy at Alabama, you're a starter at pretty much every other school in the country, except for maybe some of the top 25, right? Here's the thing that I want to say about this transfer portal.
And welcome Greg Weeks to the chat. Welcome you to the show also. I can't announce everyone because I can't see them, only people that comment. Anybody can call in live any single time at the top of the chat, and tomorrow will be a phone number. Sorry, Brent, go ahead.
First of all, on the transfer portal, this is not the first day it was open, and this is what speaks to an important part of this. There needs to be a rule that says you cannot go into the portal until your team completes their season. Because what happened was, like Ohio State, their quarterback went in the portal, right? And then they got smoked, right? So there needs to be a distinct rule that says you can't. Now, the Alabama players waited until after they were eliminated because they wanted to see if they could win a national championship. But now that that's dead and they've lost, they're gone. And that's why you're seeing this.
But Brent,
they waited.
They're leaving in herds, though. If one player leaves,
because it's the first day after they lost in the CFPB semifinals, so now they're all going.
Wait, because they lost, or
because they lost. Yeah, they could have left 2 weeks ago. The portal opened up 2 weeks ago, didn't you? Like you were talking about yesterday about how the FSU players sat out. A bunch of players transferred. Right. Ohio State didn't have their starting quarterback in the bowl game because he transferred. Right, you should they could have.
You're only a starting quarterback though. A corner, whatever. Why would you leave?
The starting quarterback at Ohio State transferred before the bowl game and did not play in the bowl game.
Listen, Brent. When I was at Pitt, as a freshman, I started at kick returner and I was in the rotation at running back, right? And what happens is injuries happen. You know, players come in and transfer in, and there's players that are better than you. There's players that you're better than. There's practices. When I got to Pitt, and I remember this, as a freshman, to start off, I was like 7th or 8th on the depth chart. And I swear to God, after like practice number 2, I was number 2 on the depth chart. And I was like, wow, I'm a superhero. And then I went all of a sudden before the season starts, I had surgery on my thumb, I come back, and I play in a couple games, whatever, Notre Dame, all these games. And then you have a bad practice, and you come in and go, how did this guy get ahead of me on the depth chart? And this is just part of the evolution of sports. Hey guys, thanks for watching and tuning into the Brandon Mason Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time.